Before I begin today's daily dose of relatively regularly scheduled doses of entertainment, I would like to have one final congratulations to the boys at Trinity Poly. Yes, I know I talked about graduation a week ago, but see, seniors don't have to take finals, but everyone else does. And as of Friday night last night, everyone's done. Now the year is over at Trinity Poly, and I just want to say, the school year in of itself contains a lot of hard work, and not every day is perfect. Believe me, I know that all too well, whether it was at Horseheads or Trinity Poly. But you do make some good memories. The rest you get is always well worth it. And the summer will be very well deserved. So have a wonderful summer, gentlemen. And I will be seeing you for my 10-year reunion in the fall, in October. With that out of the way, good morning and happy Saturday, everybody. Well, it's probably, actually, it's not really, well, I suppose it is maybe a couple days too soon to talk about this, but to be honest, considering that I'd rather do it when pretty much everyone would be on a day off and would therefore seek out what I'm about to discuss, you might as well just have it today. So, it is time that I reveal the meat dish on my full course menu of life. Now, for those of you who have not been paying, who are new, you guys know that I do like anime and manga, and there is one such anime and manga that I've read called Toriko. Now, I am not going to get into the various intricacies of how the anime works. The only thing you really need to know is that one of the main goals of what the story entails involves finding what is called a full course menu of life. It contains an hors d'oeuvre, a soup, a salad, a main course, a meat, a fish, a dessert, and a drink. So, 8 items. Over the course of doing these videos, I've actually revealed 6 of the 8 items. It was on day 55, I revealed the dessert, which was Rita's Italian Ice. On day 105, I revealed the hors d'oeuvre, which was wings. I'm a guy and I am a carnivore. I love wings. On day 150, I revealed my soup, which is actually a tie between New England clam chowder and French onion. On day 190, yeah, it was on day 190. I'm trying to remember the days, ladies and gentlemen. It was on day 190 that I revealed my drink, which is soda, for the very simple reason that it's sweet, it can be indulging, and you don't need to be over the age of 21 in order to enjoy it, which means anyone can enjoy it, which is awesome. And fast forward all the way to day 475. Again, that one project I was doing last year really was not smart of me to do at all. Then again, it really wasn't my idea. But anyway, on day 475, I revealed my salad, which is Italian dressing with crumbly blue cheese and extra onions, or a very nice Caesar. And throughout the course of doing all these videos, it was on day 510, it was day 510, which was actually a week ago today, I revealed my fish dish, which the rule of thumb goes, if I'm in the mood for an actual fish, I go to the Appalachian Brewing Company for all-you-can-eat fish and chips. And if I'm in the mood for an actual seafood dish, I go to the Waterfront for their all-you-can-eat crab legs. And you'll notice I said all-you-can-eat because, for me, seafood is delicious, but it's also very light and for the most part can be very delicate. Therefore, it really does take an exuberant amount to satiate my appetite. And you're going to need to know that part for something down the line. That's why the name of the game is All You Can Eat. And funny enough, I've followed the order as to what I revealed every item in almost the exact same order as the main character in Toriko discovered his full course menu. Yeah, Toriko is also the name of the main character you see. And the one exception, I should explain, he figured out what his main course is going to be long before everything else. I'm purposely choosing to save the main course for last, and you'll be seeing why later. So, by process of elimination, that brings us to the meat dish. Now, I have said many times in the past, whether I'm doing a video like this or not, that I am a carnivore. I'm a meat eater. Of course, I want a really good piece of meat, and I am not picky. You know, I love chicken, I love pork, I love lamb, I love any meat you can throw at me, I will try. And I guarantee you I will like it. But it's me we're talking about here. Only one thing will really do for me. And that is steak. Now, when talking about steak, and any butcher will tell you, there are so many cuts on the animal that to say that I just like steak would be too generic. So over the years, and I have thought long and hard about this, I need to ask myself, on a consistent level, what is my favorite cut of steak? Well, for me, I've always gone for, well, at least in my opinion, I personally like a good steak with, for the most part, an exuberant amount of marbling. Now, marbling, if you look on a raw piece of steak, is basically, you know, the areas on the steak where, you know, there's fat. Because fat does equal flavor, and there is nothing wrong with that. So, my favorite cut of meat, and therefore the meat dish on my full course menu, is ribeye. Yep, I go for ribeye. Now, whenever I do these videos, I always tell you the best places where you can get it. And I have found quite a few, in fact. You know, Sorges on Market Street in Corning. The Central, that's in Painted Post. You know, actually, I should probably, I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm blanking. The Switzerland Inn has a very nice prime rib as well. Yeah, see, prime rib and ribeye are, you know, the exact same cut. As well as the name of a steak I'm about to mention. See, there are two places where I feel serves the best. At least in my opinion. Again, this is very much all opinion based. If you want to disagree with me, I'm certainly not going to stop you. The first place is actually, believe it or not, on Keuka Lake. Way back when I revealed what the Keuka Baker's Culinary Dozen is, I saved a place for last. That place was the Antique Inn. Yes, they actually have a prime rib special as well as a Delmonico. Both of which, see, the Delmonico is another name for the ribeye, and the Delmonico is actually the name, it takes after the name of the oldest steakhouse that's in New York City. So, that's interesting. And whenever I go to the Antique Inn, if I get the Delmonico or their prime rib special they have around the weekends, I always get the same thing. Which, again, it comes with a salad with Italian chromey blue and extra blue with extra onions. And their French onion soup, also very good. But what I get on my side is their fettuccine alfredo. And I would like to make one point about their fettuccine alfredo. Many years ago, there was a place in Corning called Spencer's. It's no longer in business. For a long time, everyone in my family claimed it had the best fettuccine alfredo there was. And while I thought it was good, to me, the ratio to sauce and noodle ratio was very much off. Seriously, it was like swimming in sauce. Which, don't get me wrong, Alfredo sauce can be good, but, you know, there is such a thing as too much sometimes. So, when I tried the fettuccine Alfredo at the Antique Inn, they had the ratio perfect. And they've never let me down ever since. So, that's what I get at the Antique Inn. Now, I mentioned there were two places where you can get the best ribeye, at least from my opinion. A while back, I had mentioned that you would need to remember the name Tony R's. Today is that day. See, there's actually a bit of a story about that. Many years ago, way back when Tony R's first opened, I believe back in 2008. Yeah, 2008. My late aunt took my cousin, my brother, and I to Tony R's. Now, upon looking at the menu, I noticed that everything was pretty pricey. See, Tony R's is actually the kind of place where you go if you want to have a nice, like, splurge on a nice romantic dinner date where your special someone gives you lots and lots of compliments afterwards. So, I told myself upon looking at the menu, I'm like, everything looks kind of pricey on here. But I do want a steak. So, I told myself I would pick the biggest, and therefore best, cut of meat for the best price. And it turns out, it was their Delmonico. And the Delmonico at Tony R's, for the most part, has been my go-to ever since. Let me explain. See, believe it or not, like the Antique Inn, Tony R's also has a prime rib special. In fact, it was at Tony R's where I learned that the prime rib and the Delmonico are the same cut of meat. They're just basically prepared differently. See, their Delmonico is grilled, and it comes with, a side of green beans, which is very good. Where the prime rib is slow roasted. Comes with a nice thing of au jus, or the meat juice that goes with it. It's also very good. So my rule of thumb is this. On Saturdays when they have the special, I get the slow roasted prime rib. On any other given day of the week, that's when I get the Delmonico. Now, another thing I should mention about Tony R's is, well, I did say that, Tony R's is the kind of place where, you go if you have the cash to burn, so to speak, to, splurge. And one way they do it is their sides. Their sides are all a la carte. So, you're going to be paying like $5 a side if you're going to do it, if you're going to get them. Which is why, for the most part, if it's just, say, me and someone else, say my grandfather on my mother's side, we never really get sides. But if you are with a group of people, I can't tell you no, you shouldn't get any. Because someone's going to want to have them. So, whether you are getting the Delmonico, or the slow roasted, or the prime rib special, if you do want to get sides, the two I recommend the most are the sauteed mushrooms and the caramelized onions. Now, they have other sides as well. They have smashed potatoes, which are very good. Cream spinach, also very good. That's actually my brother's go-to, actually. My brother likes that a lot. And I do believe they also have, I have my computer on right now, but I forgot to pull up the menu just in case I really wanted to, take a look at it. But yes, all the sides, I guarantee, to some capacity, are very good. I mean, I think they may have a mac and cheese. I think they have something sweet potato related. But again, if you're getting the prime rib special or the Delmonico, and you do in fact want sides, the two ones I personally would rather have are the sauteed mushrooms and the caramelized onions. Although you will need to remember a detail about that down the line. And it is funny I did mention Tony R's, because I mentioned that Tony R's has easily had the best Caesar salad I've ever had. And believe it or not, it also is one of the places where I've had the best French onion soup I've ever had. And here's the thing about Tony R's that's really interesting. Tony R's was first made in 2008. And it has easily defined itself. It's not even 15 years old. It's barely over 10 years old. Tony R's, without question, has established itself as the culinary gem in the entirety of the city of Corning. In fact, I dare say it's the best place to get a bite to eat in the city of Corning. Now, granted, this is the place you go to if you have the cash to burn. But it is worth it. So, with that said, you now know 7 of the 8 items on my full course menu. That just leaves the main course. Now, what is it you might ask? Well, why don't you guys try figuring it out? That's right, I'm issuing a challenge to all who watch this, to all who are obviously interested. See, I want something really special to be done about the day I finally reveal what my main course is. And so, since I take the time to tell you what it is and the best places to get it, why don't you try figuring it out for once? That's right, the challenge is I want you guys to try and guess what it is. You can have as many guesses as you want. You can guess as many times as you want. And, I will certainly not stop you. But the one rule I ask, you have to come seek me out in person. That means you will need to put down your phone or turn off your computer screen and come find me in person and make however many guesses as you may need to figure out what my main course is. Now, don't misunderstand me. I actually do have a date as to when I am going to reveal what it is. But I would like to see if anyone here can figure out what that item and place to get it is before then. So, when am I going to reveal what my main dish on my full course menu is? Well, I mentioned earlier that it was day 55 when I started this series of videos and revealed that Rita's was the dessert. Which is actually something interesting. This is probably the one item I revealed on the day I revealed it where the day number is not divided by 5. Day 518, is not divided by 5. So that's neat. That's a nice little bit of trivia for you. So it was day 55 when I revealed what my dessert was, and then started this whole crazy series of videos. So, I think a most appropriate day to finally reveal it would be day 550, which is, believe it or not, the 4th of July. So from now until 11:59 and 59 seconds on July 3rd, that is how long you have to guess. And you must come to me in person in order to make any guesses at all. Plus, let's be honest, I think it'd be pretty nice to stay away from, social media and technology and all that other stuff for a while. And besides, legitimate in-person social interaction is the best kind of social interaction, if you ask me. And don't worry, I'm not cruel. I'm going to tell you hints along the way. In fact, I was actually going to give you a hint right now. Yeah. Now, I said that Tony R's is essentially a nice woven little package. Although I should probably make one thing perfectly clear. Antique Inn is fantastic and perfect for wonderful, friendly family atmosphere. Seriously, they treat you like family at the Antique Inn. I really want to stress that part. You know, my family and I are personally, friends with the hostess there. So, believe me when I tell you, if you go there and you say Nick Cutler sent you, they'll know exactly how to treat you right. Believe me. Anyway, with that said, I said that Tony R's is essentially a perfect little package, making it of culinary wonder, making it the best place in Corning for a bite to eat. So, with being just my meat dish, essentially, being at Tony R's, for my main course, the item, and by extension the place to get it, would have to be nothing short of the goat, right? Well, yes. Of course, I would make the word goats plural, as in more than one. In fact, I would say it comes in the form... Oh, sorry, that was my computer. It comes in the form of the magic number of 3. Yeah, see, not only do you need to guess the item and the place to get it in question, you have to name all 3 places where you can get this item. Have fun, everybody. Like, favorite, share, and hit that subscribe button. Follow me on the social media platforms. I am humbled I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today. I'm hopeful that we all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Saturday and a wonderful weekend in general. And remember, if any of you guys ever want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear, and I'll always have your back. Take care, and make good choices. Although, if you want to make guesses as to what the main course is, you know you got to come to me in person. Although, some people who are astute are probably wondering, Nick, why are you wearing the Melzinga shirt again? Well, I said Tony R's was the best place in Corning, and Hudson Valley was nominated for several things involving the best place to eat in the Hudson Valley. I figure if I am going to talk about the best, I should wear the best. Take care, everybody.